If you have been having any challenges in the recent weeks or months, I think this video may be quite helpful for you. I don't know about you, but I've had a really rough few weeks. I've had a news about one of my beloved family members being quite unwell, and we still don't know what the situation is going to be, if it's really dangerous, if it's possible to heal it and change. So I've been living in fear, and I very much needed to apply all the tools that I have at my disposal to deal with the situation, to change those challenges into miracles and into gifts. So I want to share this journey with you, because I'm not going to be sure even tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, what will happen. So I'm living in the unknown. I'm living in the tension and in the fear. And all the things that I have learned, all the things I have created are helping me to not just survive the situation, but to learn from it, to expand, to grow, and find moments of peace, grace, bliss, and miracles. So if you are one of those people who are having some challenging moments right now, where the most bizarre situations are taking place, when people around you are getting sick, when you're losing things, when unexpected things happen, and you are thrown on your knees, literally thrown on your knees in shock or disappointment or fear, yes, this video is for you. So, when those challenging moments come, what is, in my opinion, one of the most important things that we all need to do? First of all, we need to come back to ourselves, because I know from my point of view, when shocking things happen in life, when we are thrown off our course and things suddenly look really scary, we jump into doing. We want to fix it. We want to do it. We want to do something with it because we feel unsafe, we feel scared, we feel upset, we feel angry. And there is a lot of noise. And if you are like me, I love to talk to my friends. I want to share things with them. But that also creates a lot of noise. And speaking, fixing, researching, like for instance, researching ways to heal someone or help them heal, it's another form of doing. And all of those things can temporarily take us away from the moment, from the feelings, from our body, from our stress in the body. And if we are not careful, we can get exhausted, we can get burnt out, and we can create more challenges that we already are going through. So the first step, always, I can say this for myself, but I also would highly recommend that you do that too. Whenever you are in a situation of extreme stress, of extreme unexpected shock, please, please, please come back to yourself. What do I mean by that? Come back to your body. Switch everything off. Breathe. Put your feet on the ground. Put your feet on the earth. If you've listened to my previous video, if you haven't, please go and listen to it. Earth yourself. Connect with Mother Earth. Reconnect with the part that's always been supporting you, and it is the sun, the fresh air, the healthy food, and walking barefoot will help you. But sitting quietly and peacefully just in the forest or in your home, and just putting your hands on your heart and asking yourself, how am I feeling? What do I need right now? Breathing deeply, scanning your body for what is actually happening right now, will bring into this situation, which is extremely stressful, a little bit of peace. So whenever you are going through the stress, please, please come back to yourself. And as I'm saying this to you, I'm saying this to myself. Please, Gosia, keep on coming back to yourself, no matter what stresses you're going through right now. So whatever helps you to come back to yourself is extremely helpful. For me, it's sitting still, writing, connecting with my heart, listening to my gratitude meditation, to my morning meditation, but just meditating on my breath, doing mindfulness meditation, scanning your body, doing body scan is extremely helpful. Even 5 minutes of just being still, connecting with your heart, connecting with your body can change the way you're going to act in a moment, the phone call you're going to make, the research you're going to do, the decisions you're going to make for yourself, for your family, for your friends. So without coming back to yourself, everything is going to take longer. And whatever others tell us, we will not be able to run through our own filter because we will not be inside to receive it. So point number 1, come back to yourself. The next one is when you're connected with yourself, which means you're connected with your body, you're connected with your soul. The next point is speak to your soul. Speak to your soul, ask questions. What's the reason? Why is it happening? What am I meant to learn from it? What is it that I need to know about the situation that will bring me greater peace? How do I need to be to resolve it successfully? What do I need to do for myself first, before I help other people? When I speak to my soul, I love to write it. Even when I was 13 and I was sitting in the middle of the night, completely distressed about what was happening in my family. And I was writing questions and this amazing energy was flowing through me and I was replying to my own questions. And I know today it wasn't me, it was my soul speaking to me. And I remained in contact with my soul since then. So all my best decisions, the release, the clarity always comes through communicating with my soul. But if we're not there to communicate, if we are distressed all over the place, the communication may not happen so easily. When you speak to your soul, ask wise questions. I have recorded another video about this few weeks ago. Next one, the most important thing in those moments of challenges, distress, fear and drama, and all the stresses happening around us, there is always one thing present, and it is fear. We are imagining the worst possible scenario. We're imagining losing the job. We're imagining losing the person. We're imagining that someone we love who is unwell is going to die next week. We're going to lose them before we even had a chance to see them. So we're experiencing the extreme pictures in our head. We're making them ourselves. So there needs to be a way to deal with those fears. Now, I have created the expansion game. So if you don't have my book, I highly recommend you to get it. Also, tapping, havening, it's phenomenal for bringing those emotions down, particularly dealing with fear. But just actually asking yourself, what's the worst thing that can happen? And finding a way to accept it. Because most likely the worst possible scenarios never happen. But even if they do, we need to be able to actually accept them and embrace them and live with them. So we better do it now. And then when we actually embrace those fears, we are more available to deal with whatever is happening for us, for our friends, for our family. So find your way to deal with your fear. I highly recommend the expansion game, but I also have created just a month ago the Clarity Activated program, which actually came in so handy in the last few weeks when I was going through all the turmoil in my own family. So if it wasn't for that Clarity Activator, I maybe would be more upset than I am right now. So please use all your tools that you have and use the tools that I've created if you can have access to that. I would highly recommend, if you have challenging decisions to make, Clarity Activator could be quite helpful, or just reading the book would be very helpful as well. But you may have your own tools like tapping, havening, breathing, speaking, crying, praying, dancing. The next thing is, once you've worked through your fear, look at what instead of that fear would you want to see happening in the world. So instead of losing that job, instead of losing a friend, instead of losing your loved one, instead of dying yourself if you are unwell, because you could be going through an illness yourself. So instead of that, what would you want to see happening in the best possible scenario? And then write it down, visualize it, hold the intention for it. The power of intention is immense. Make a decision that this is what's going to happen, and you're going to do everything possible in your power to make it so. So once you've set the intention, the last thing that I highly recommend that you do is to infuse it with light. Visualize it, bless it, ask others to hold the intention with you, and pray, release to the divine, however you want to work with it, or just illuminate this picture with light. And it is so much better to hold the intention, which is positive, embrace the emotions when they happen without fighting with them, speak to your soul, follow the instructions, rather than running around like crazy, not knowing what to do, and asking other people for advice when we have a lot of the answers inside of us. So remember, if you're going through a challenging time, make a decision to change the challenge into a gift, or challenge into a miracle. Remember, it's not happening to you, but whatever you're going through right now, it's happening for you. And it's up to you how gracefully, skillfully you're going to deal with it. So those are my tips for you today. If you've been challenged, and if you haven't, you may in the future, or if someone who's being challenged right now, who you know, maybe share this video with them too. But I am sending you my blessings right now. I'm sending you love, and I bless you, so you have all the resources you need always for the rest of your life to connect with your soul, to come back to yourself, to release the fear with ease and grace, to focus on your intentions, and to always be connected with the divine, so you can illuminate every situation with peace, with power, with clarity, and have the best possible outcomes always. Lots of love.